Hello, hello, hello.
Yo.
Coming to you live, Sullivan County. Podcast time.
We're gonna do it. Are we gonna do a check? Or,
Yeah, we can do a check. No, that was last week's episode. Live. So we're not using the usual camera today by accident, and just making sure everything's still in sync. Sounds good.
Sounds great.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. And dude, that video looks great. So explain to the people what difference if they see.
So the video quality might not be as good. Usually I'm using my 1080p DSLR camera at 60 frames a second. Now we're using a 1080p Logitech webcam. So we won't have that every 30 minutes shutter where I got to stand up and turn it off. But the video quality, it's a little hard to focus it. That's a difference. We're on Richie's Alienware desktop instead of his Alienware laptop. So I just had to make sure that the mics were connected and everything in the streaming client was set up like we usually have it set up.
Yeah, so let us know if the video quality's, that much more terrible, or if this is a good backup that we could use from time to time.
You know what I also did? When I don't rewatch our episodes too often. Sometimes I'll check. I might not watch the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But I noticed in the last one we were echoing a little bit.
Really?
And I think that's because the gain was still too high. So I actually put it on like a quarter now. Good. When I was listening to it, it sounded good.
Yeah, so like if you talk
mm-hmm.
and look at so you go ahead and talk.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so maybe a little lower. I don't know. What do you think? Because I could see it.
Oh, I see what you mean. The green bar.
Mine's my gain's like off. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's all the way to the left.
Here's
right?
what mine's set at.
Oh no, it's not. Okay, yeah, I'm not even close to that. That's why.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, that was. Yeah. I'm all over the friggin' place today. Yeah. All right, it's low. But anyway,
go ahead and pour myself a cider.
There you go.
So.
Shrewd Fox Brewery.
Yeah, Shrewd Fox. I love it there.
Glen Spey, New York.
Have you been to the one in Eldred?
I have not. I've not.
I've been there once.
That's I guess where they actually make the beer and the cider.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I was chatting with her one day. She's a good woman.
Yeah.
I haven't met the husband though. I think he's majority.
He was there. Yeah, he was there when I was there, but he kind of works behind the scenes. He's never out at the bar.
Yeah, he's the one brewing a beer.
Yeah. No, they're really great. I love going there. And now they're close to home, so I just go to Glen Spey.
Easy peasy.
Yeah.
I'm going to just warn you guys, too. I lost my voice a couple days ago. So if I start crinkling and crackling in my voice, I'm, sucking on a cough drop right now. And I'll be drinking lots of, if it's painful, I apologize in advance.
Do you feel like you're sick or getting sick? Or?
No, nothing.
Nothing else?
No sick. Just 2 days ago, I woke up no voice. It was the strangest thing. It's never happened to me before. The first day, it was funny. Mm-hmm. My mom goes, "You sound like Androni," because your mom loses her voice a lot
regularly. Yeah. It's weird.
And I woke up and I was like, "Oh my god, I sound like Androni."
Yeah. What's it called? Laryngitis.
Mm-hmm.
I think she gets that a few times a year. But
I don't even have that. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Corinne's like, "Let me check you for it."
I mean, a lot of people don't get it, but I know Heather gets it sometimes. I don't know what causes it or why, but.
Yeah. So besides the my little throat problem here, I ventured into something today new that I like, that I'll share with the podcast. Is
what's that?
Recently, over the past month, or I'd probably say 2 months, I've really I've dove into cooking a lot. I thoroughly enjoy cooking. I like the prep work. I like the actual cooking. I like, obviously, amazing food. That's my, I don't drink a lot. I don't do other things a lot. But the one thing that, my one bad thing is that I eat really tasty food. And a lot of the times, tasty food is bad for you. So that's my one thing. You know what I mean? Like, some people drink every night. That's their thing, Some people smoke every day. That's their thing. For me, it's good food. So, I ventured into cooking, really, really thoroughly enjoying it. And today on the way home, I was listening to WAMC, the Northeastern NPR station.
Do you know what number they are? What channel?
97.1.
97.1.
Amazing. And they have a food podcast from 2 to 3.
Okay.
And they were talking about apple pie. And I was like, oh, apple pie. I was like, I got to try it. And today I came home. My grandmother gave me a recipe book, gave Corinne and I a recipe book, and in it is her famous apple pie. So I fired up the oven, cut the apples myself, skinned them myself.
What kind of apples?
I used one was Gala, so you have to use 8 apples. So you're supposed to split them. So I did 4 Gala, and then I did 4. I got them right here. Let's see here, but it was tough picking. And 4 Golden Delicious. It was tough picking them out. I'll tell you what, because they didn't have in the store I went to Peck's. They didn't have all the best tart one and the best sweet one.
Oh yeah.
So you kind of had to work your way on each side of the scale to but it came out looking freaking amazing. My whole house smells like apple pie.
Yeah.
So
I walked in. That was the first thing I smelled.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good.
It
almost like a candle.
I can't wait to dive into it later. Hopefully it's delicious.
Heather and I made a pie. Maybe October. I think it was like the beginning of October. We went apple picking up in Middletown, Soon's Orchard. First time there. It was all right. It was kind of messy, but it was good. We got
the orchard was messy.
Yeah, the orchard was messy. But I wasn't expecting it to be nice and tidy. But
yeah, it's tough.
We got mostly Cortland apples, some Jonah Gold. I'm not sure how to pronounce them. I don't know if we got Red Delicious. And we got a variety, but what we put in the apple pie was mainly Cortland apples. That came out good. I've never made an apple pie, but Heather was confident, and it came out pretty good.
Yeah, I saw those at PEX too, and I was like, oh, Cortland,
Yeah,
But I've never had them, and growing up, I've never been a big apple guy because,
I love apples.
It made my throat itch, and for years and years and years, I was like, I don't know, maybe I'm allergic to apples, but. I get an organic apple or eat cooked apples and it doesn't bother my throat. So I think it's definitely the pesticides.
Yeah, I don't think it's the actual apple.
You know what I mean? It's like that skin that's just doused in chemicals. Of course, it's going to hurt, create
it's important to rinse them off.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that for a while today, too.
I've always loved apples. I remember when I was a kid, that's all I ate was apples and bananas, like that song, Apples and Bananas. Apples and bananas. No, I loved apples.
It's funny when you get older, you venture back into fruits and vegetables.
Oh, man, yeah. I'm eating stuff today I never thought I would eat.
Yeah. So what beer are you drinking right now?
This is a Belgian cider. It's good. The ones that they had before, I think, were a little bit better. It's not too tart. It's a little bit on the sweeter side, but it's not too sweet. I love ciders, though. I don't know. If I drink beer, I'll have Guinness or like a craft beer. But I'm starting to... And it's kind of a coincidence because there's so many breweries popping up, especially around here and down in White Plains in the city. There's so many breweries popping up, and I'm getting more into like craft beer and craft ciders. I can never drink like Bud Light and Miller Lite and Budweiser.
It's tough to drink,
Yeah. Guinness is... I mean, I love Guinness, but...
Even though Guinness is commercial, it's still very unique.
Yeah, it is. There's not a lot like it. And I'll drink a porter or like a darker stout, like a milk stout, but these, I don't know, these are just so sweet. It's like drinking juice, and I don't know. I love them. Yeah. They're usually like higher alcohol content too. And I don't drink too often, so 1 or 2.
This one's a 7.
Yeah.
Nice.
Feel pretty good.
Dude, one like Bud Light is what, like 4% or something like that?
4.3, 4.6 or something.
You're basically drinking 2 Bud Lights in one glass, Yeah. It's pretty nice.
It's so good. And I don't know, I kind of feel better. Because, like, you're buying local. It's made local.
Oh, 100%. And they're good people.
Oh, I love it.
Even though with all the Ukrainian stuff going on in the news,
Yeah.
And I'm Ukrainian.
You can't paint everybody with one paintbrush.
That's it, man. That's it. I was worried about that. I was worried that was going to affect their business. Because that's what that's how they advertise Ukrainian brewery.
Yeah, that's true. So I mean, even the food they have. Pierogies, kibasi.
I was worried about that.
Yeah.
I don't think it... How did it look today?
It wasn't too busy.
Okay.
There was a couple there with a few kids. They were eating dinner, and older gent and another middle-aged guy. And then,
So not dead.
Yeah.
Not scaring people out of town.
No, I was a little nervous because like it's a Friday night and I was going down there. I got 2 growlers.
Yeah.
The other one is Baba Yaga, which is like a dark brew.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, that's pumpkin, right?
Pumpkin.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's good stuff.
Oh, that's delicious.
You showed up to Thanksgiving 2 years ago with a crowler, which is like a tall boy can of craft beer.
Yeah.
Tasted good.
That's so good. I love the Baba Yaga.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. Nice when you're having like a a nice hearty meal, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like another side dish.
Yeah.
You know, that's how, big it is. But, yeah.
I've heard people call Guinness steak in a can.
Steak
in a can. Because
That's
you drink one and you feel full.
Oh, you really do.
I can't.
It's a lot of beer, man. That carbonation really hits you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we're wine junkies. We love Montepulciano, Chianti, some O-Picci. O-Picci comes in this big.
I've never heard of O-Picci.
O-Picci comes in like this big. It almost resembles like a fat crowler, and a big bowl of a. I don't know how you would call it. Bottle, I guess, a big bowl bottle. And it's like $8-9. It's very cheap, and it is so delicious, so sweet. Red wine though, and it's amazing.
I was into wine just muted my mic by accident. Wow. I was onto wine maybe last winter or 2 winters ago, and back then I talk like it's so long ago. Back then,
back in my day,
I was drinking like wine during the winter and then beer during the summer. This is before like the hard seltzer became a big fad, but I was mostly drinking. It's like when I first started to drink wine, it was like pink Moscato and stuff like that because it's so sweet. But then I started drinking red wine like Chianti.
Yeah.
I think there was another one, but wine was. It's weird because I've never read an explanation on why different alcohol makes you feel different.
Pretty crazy, huh?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dude, a glass of wine. With your dinner, you're so relaxed. I feel it in my legs.
Oh yeah, you get so mellowed out.
Like, so mellowed out. It's almost like if you could compare it, it's almost like smoking a ganja. That's the closest.
You're not going to argue with anybody.
That's the closest.
I bet there are less arguments around the dinner table when people are drinking red wine.
Yeah, but more when there's tequila. Tequila and
but that's what I mean. I've heard people who get angry when they drink vodka or they totally go blank when they drink Jack Daniels. That's like nobody drinks Jack Daniels and calms down.
No.
People who take shots of Jack Daniels are like, let's fucking go. They're ready to party, dude. They're ready to jump off of something. Yeah.
Like I'll have and I think I got you hooked on this too. I'll have like a proper 12 and like cherry vanilla Coke, and I'll enjoy that at my desk, and that'll mellow me out. But when you're taking shots of something, you mean business. You're going to war. You're looking to get in someone's pants.
You're at a wedding. That's the last time I took a shot.
Yeah, you're at a wedding. You're looking to punch someone in the face.
Yeah,
or you're going for it. That's the going for it shit. I'm way past.
That was the first alcohol I ever tried, man.
It was
Jack Daniels. That was
God bless.
God awful. I was at my buddy's house and his parents were out, and I think we were like 14, and took his dad's bottle of Jack. We were up in the bathroom and we put it in like little Dixie cups.
Badasses.
Oh yeah, just trying to like take a sip of it, and it. Oh God, it's crazy.
Yeah, I got a funny freaking story about the first time I had my friends over. So I used to roll with like five or six people, including myself. We called ourselves the crew. So
solid.
3 girls, 3 boys, and this time I think we're only 16. So somehow, they were all older than me. So I think one of the girls had a car at the time, and Mike had a car, or maybe I had a car. So anyway, I went and got the boys, and I think one of the girls drove to my house. So my mom's like, "Oh, I'm going to Aunt Barbara's or whatever it was." I think she was out with Tommy at this time. I think she was out on a date, and but she couldn't tell me.
Which turned out pretty damn good.
Yeah, it sure did. So she's like, "All right, you guys have fun." Blah 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 blah. So she's gone. We're all like downstairs, like, "Oh fuck!" Like, we wish we had alcohol. We're 16 years old. What do we know? So I'm like, "Hold on, let me go upstairs." So I'm looking around upstairs in my kitchen.
Richie's gonna hook everybody up.
So I find all I see is this big old thing in the cabinet that said vodka. perfect. Take it down there, right?
Get some apple juice or whatever.
We got clapped off this shitty, nasty vodka, right? It tasted disgusting, but what do we care? We're 16. We're like, oh my god, we have alcohol. We're, we had one.
Take a shot, you feel like you're wasted.
Oh my god, we basically were.
Yeah.
We were like, incoherent, but incoherent.
Your liver was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, seriously. So, my mom gets home. They leave after like a few hours, but the boys are staying over. So, no one was drunk driving. But anyway, 2 weeks later, my mom's in the kitchen, and she's making Peniel vodka.
Oh, I thought that's a weakness of mine, man.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So all of a sudden I hear, Richie, he's screaming at the top of her lungs. So I go in there.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, I put that bottle of vodka back in the cabinet with water in it. That way they wouldn't realize it.
Yeah.
Bro, I fucked up my mom's Peniel vodka. The whole fucking thing. She cooked for like an hour, and she thought she was putting vodka in it. It was fucking nasty, lukewarm water, and she beat my ass.
Tap water.
Dude, it was hysterical.
So funny.
And she gave it to me, and then
Did you deny
she
it at
was
first?
laughing.
No?
Oh, no.
No.
I was like, oh, sorry.
I tried.
It's only me and her.
Yeah,
It's not like I could blame it on the dog or my sister or my brother or anything like that. It was me. And but she was giggling at the end.
So how much of the bottle did you drink?
Dude, the whole thing. Like there was a brand new bottle.
Oh my god.
It was a brand new
So it
bottle.
was like all water. It wasn't that much of a mix.
No, and I've ruined her Peniel vodka. That's the only thing I felt bad about. I didn't mind taking a couple shots, to the back of the head for having a good time.
Yeah, that's funny.
But yeah.
I stole vodka from somebody. I can't believe I'm saying this, but yeah, me and my buddy, we were watching our
Allegedly stole vodka.
Well, it was like honestly 4 shots worth. 4 shots worth. It was nothing. And it was a big ass bottle. So long story short, me and my buddy were dog sitting for our soccer coach, our teacher, and we ended up staying the night. We brought over our Xboxes and we were just gaming all night long. And in his kitchen, like up all the way, yeah, God, I wish I had the time to do that. All the way up on top of his tall cabinets in the kitchen was an old, dusty bottle of Grey Goose vodka. And man, I'm saying this bottle was like the tallest.
They're big.
Yeah,
but they're expensive.
And I got on steps. I got on a chair, bar stool, picked it up, brought it down, left the dust on it, didn't dust it. Poured like 2 shots for me, 2 shots for Mike, and put it back up. Had to put it right back in the spot of dust, so nothing was rearranged.
Mm-hmm.
Got away with it.
Nice.
I don't know. Yeah, his dog almost died that night though. And no, that happened before we drank. So we were trying. He had 2 dogs. We tried to let the one out. I'm trying to remember exactly how it went. Somehow the dog got outside. I don't know if we were trying to let him out or accidentally something happened. Dog gets out, runs across the street. It wasn't far from here either. It was on the main strip over there. Dog runs across the street. We're outside across the street. And somebody else's property with flashlights looking for the dog, yelling his name. I think his name was Brody. Brody. And I'm like near the road and Mike is deep in this person's like property. And I hear him yell, oh, he's coming towards you. So I look down the road and the dog is running across the road and the car's coming. And I am just screaming. I'm like, Brody! And
did it get hit?
His nose literally bopped, like just booped the side of the car. He didn't like fumble. He didn't fall. Like he just stopped. It was like it was so
Teacher
close.
know this?
No. No. So that might would have led us to take 2 shots of his vodka. We needed something.
Absolutely.
We were probably like 16, 17 years old.
It's tough, man. I used to house sit and dog sit. It is tough, man.
I really didn't do it often, but I'm all for it now.
Dude,
if anybody needs a dog sitter, let me know.
A crazy dog is a crazy dog, and trust me, I own one. And if they want to get out, if you have that door open for a second, they will knock you. My dog's 100 pounds now. He will knock you out of the way to run right outside, especially if he's chasing something. Like half the time, I'm to blame because there'll be a squirrel outside, and I'll be like, what is that? I'll be like, what is that? What is that? And he'll just do a point, and I'll just let go of the leash, and he just fastest I've ever seen him.
You ever see him like try to run up a tree after one, or no?
Oh yeah, well, not Yeah, I mean he can't go far. He put his
Right.
paw up on the tree. I think that was only one time, but usually they burrow in. All around my house they have little burrow tunnels. It's like the friggin' Mexican cartel here at my house. They got so many tunnels.
Smuggle acorns everywhere.
Seriously.
That's
and
funny.
he'll stick his his nose in there and
Yeah.
try to smell them and the whole nine. But yeah, no, luckily knock on wood, he has yet to get away, and he's gotten away, but nothing crazy like that. He's never run away and stuff like that.
So in those scenarios, if he's off the leash and you're trying to hey, Jeter, come here.
Yeah.
Will he come, or will he just keep bopping back and forth?
He wants to play.
Yeah.
He wants to
He
play.
doesn't get it yet.
The only way I get him back is if I
Cookie?
trick him into not even a cookie. If I trick him into playing with me, and then if I start playing with him, I run away. He chases me.
Yep.
And then once I get that consistent, I'll do a nice little pivot in a turn, and then I'll just tackle his ass.
Him.
There was this one. Was this work email. There was this one time that he got away, and we're in the backyard, and I'm like, oh fuck.
Deep,
I'm
in the woods.
No. Luckily, it's just right here. But he was all he had so much energy, and I'm like, dude, this is gonna be a tough one. So he's running, he's grabbing sticks, he's chewing them.
It's all a game. Yeah,
it's a big freaking game. Yeah. So I'm like, okay, so I'm doing the whole bait and switch thing, and I turned, pivoted, and I football tackled. It was like something out of a movie. I did catch it on camera, but I wish I would have saved that moment on my camera system. But yeah, he's a knuckle knob. They say at about 2 years old it kind of calms down.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. My parents' dog Molly. She's like a boxer lab mix, I think. Yeah, up until she was 2 or 3, maybe. We'd let her outside. She'd watch the birds, and we'd let her outside, and she would just. And we have 7 steps in the front yard. She'd run right after all the birds, and she could catch them anyways,
Oh yeah.
But we've had her run all. My parents live on a hill, so she's ran all the way down the hill chasing deer across the street. And
isn't that funny, chasing deer?
Yeah, it's probably been. I mean, some people bring their dogs hunting with them.
Yeah.
I don't know anybody
He's come
personally.
face to face with a deer. We walked right out the side door one night.
Really?
And a freaking deer is standing there eating grass, and all of a sudden I hear.
Oh, the deer.
Like,
oh, yeah.
He did a big.
Yeah.
And cleared his nose, and I did some research, and I guess it's so that way they could smell if more danger's coming in to alert their other people.
Right. Something else, and oh man, I hope I'm not wrong on this. This is something I heard as a kid, so I feel like I've just believed it over time. But I remember hearing that deer, when they smack their hooves on the ground, it releases a scent, and other deer that smell that know that deer was in danger or nervous or spooked. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder.
Did you see that video on Instagram of you see that video on Facebook of this guy had, I guess he was hunting, and he had a big ass knife with some kind of tiny carcass on it. And he's got his camera, and he's just holding the carcass here on a big knife, and there's a big-ass black bear behind him.
Oh, fuck.
And the guy literally fed, a small carcass to a bear. The bear took it and just ran off.
Well, yeah. That guy's fucking stupid.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Dude, just...
Totally out of his mind.
I mean, Jesus. Is it worth it, bro?
Yeah.
To say you fed a black bear, is it worth it? Yeah, please do. That's crazy talk, man. Anytime you run into a bear... Now, look, here's the deal. We live in upstate New York. A lot of bear aren't going to attack you unless they're
most
hungry.
of them are scared.
Yeah.
Most of them run away.
Unless they're hungry in the springtime, or if it's a mama bear near cubs. If mama bear thinks you're fucking with one of her cubs, get ready because you're going to get sliced and diced.
Yeah.
No problem.
I've never seen cubs without their mom.
When you see the bear attacks, like that one guy, I'm sure everyone's seen on social media, this guy had his whole head sliced because he was at a national park and he got attacked by a bear, and the whole freaking thing had just the skin on his skull. Luckily it didn't penetrate his skull, but the skin on his skull, he had half of literally his face was flopped over, and he walked all the way back down like that, dude. It's Fucking people are. Oh no, or was that a mountain lion? It might have been a mountain
Really?
lion. I don't know. I have to double check on that. But
Richie's just watching it for those that are
this
just
is
listening.
Barstool.
Yeah.
Barstool Sports. That's a big bear.
Yeah, big black bear.
That looks like some sort of bird he's got. I don't know. I don't know if it's he's sniffing it. Luckily, he's not moving.
Right? Like, he puts his nose up to it first.
Fuck,
and
he's
then
taking too long for me, though.
Yeah.
Good, the bear took it and ran off.
How crazy is that?
The guy's got a hatchet.
Like, what even
with
led
a
him
dead
to...
carcass on it. Fuck.
Yeah. I haven't seen a bear in a
Check it
while.
out.
Last summer, I saw, like, 7 altogether.
Yeah, I had a little family going on over here. They would go through my garbage once in a while.
Yeah, I think I saw a video from you that they were, like right outside your window, right?
Yeah, they
Wow.
were chilling that day.
Wow.
Whole family. They were cubs. They were rolling over, chasing each other. It was fucking beautiful, honestly.
Yeah.
Seeing 3 cubs follow mama bear around and
Yeah, the cubs
they're all
are cute.
playing in your yard.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is incredible. You know, you couldn't ask for that kind of entertainment.
Yeah.
But
No, the cubs are cute. I've seen a few that are like the size of a milk jug,
yeah,
like a gallon of milk. And, yeah. No. that's
dude,
all.
I saw this video and this guy it was in Russia, and it was a circus, and they had a bear, and he was pushing a wheelbarrow. This big giant bear. He must have been, 8 feet tall. He was pushing the wheelbarrow because he was forced to do a trick, and he gets like halfway done with the wheelbarrow, and he just puts the fucking wheelbarrow down and fucking claps the guy.
Really?
Oh yeah,
Really?
fucking sliced him.
Oh,
And then he's on
man.
top of him, fucking him up. And then
Yeah.
the other guy, the other dope, the clown, like started kicking him, and the bear just looked at him and he backed off. It just sucks because these people deserve it.
Yeah.
No, look, I'm no PETA guy.
Right.
The PETA people are a little over the top. You know what I mean? No, you can't. You shouldn't have a dog. They should be out in the wild.
Yeah.
That's too far on the spectrum for me. But for me personally, circuses, no animals.
No, definitely not.
That's a line.
And that
for
kind
me.
of stuff, that training, like, happens outside of circuses, too. Like,
Yeah.
I love elephants. I
Yeah.
love elephants. But,
Sorry,
the
folks.
the videos of elephants painting, and I have to admit, like, it is,
Thailand is big
like, they have
elephants.
talent, the elephants.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
But I always have to remind myself when I watch those videos, like, somebody had to train this elephant in a way, like, even the position they're in when they're painting, like, it's probably not that comfortable. Elephants in the wild don't stand that still.
For
I guess,
sure. For sure. There's definitely abuse. And then there's definitely captivity. And then there's like the sanctuary kind of, and then there's the wild. So there's 4 spectrums. I'm just shooting off the hip here. So maybe the in like a sanctuary, like I know there's a lot of elephants out in Thailand. I've watched and did a little research on them, and they're very different from the sanctuaries in Africa. Sanctuary in Africa are 200 miles. It's fenced off. It's patrolled. These elephants are just, basically living in the wild, but it's a certain mile radius, and they're protected by these literally soldiers.
Yeah,
and
people with guns.
These guys go up to them, they follow them around in cars. They're not hostile, whatever. But these ones in Thailand, man, it's pretty darn close to captivity. I would say it's sanctuary, but it's pretty darn close because, like you said, they're picking up people. They're using using their trunk for tricks and, like you said, painting and that kind of stuff. Now, look, if this elephant's living in a 30-mile sanctuary and he's happened to, and the trainer has him do this like 2-3 times, or 2 hours a day. Okay, that's not that terrible life. The elephant's got a job. He's got to earn his way. No.
Right.
But
got to provide for his family.
Again, like you said, if they have a fucking elephant there for every day, he's doing this for 8 hours. You know what I mean? Speaking of, so that's not. I'm not cool with that.
Yeah.
Seeing animals in captivity and circuses, it makes me want to fucking go crazy. The guy who got clapped by the bear, I was so happy to see that. But that bear got
Yeah.
Either beat or completely, mistreated, or, they even killed it. Because of that. It's just
even
it's
zoos,
so
like, it's so hard for me to go to a zoo. The last time I went to one might have been, like, the Bronx Zoo, and...
All good on zoos. Fuck that.
It's, like, as a kid, it was okay, because you're a kid. You're not aware that much. Know. Yeah, so it's like, wow, that's a rare animal. That's really cool, but, like...
Corinne wants to go to the Bronx Zoo. She's from the Bronx. She grew up there.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that noise.
It's hard, dude, because, like, they're there, and they're going to be there whether people go or not,
You think those fucking animals want that New York City air pollution?
Oh, God, no.
Get the fuck out of here. They're meant to be in fucking Africa and South America fucking going, you know what I mean?
Running up hills.
Catch me with that, or miss me with that bullshit. That's the one thing I'm very passionate about when it comes to animals, because I'm a giant animal lover.
Yeah.
Call me, whatever you want, but look, I think they have feelings too.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't want to give them human feelings, because that might be a little too overboard. But when my dog, trust me, you have a relationship with your dog.
Oh yeah.
When your dog's sad and when when they're depressed and but they're not saying, "Hey, asshole," feed me.
Right, right.
There's a big difference.
I always try to think like, how often am I outside? Mm-hmm. If I spend all day inside, which sadly that happens sometimes, I feel like shit. Oh. So how can my dog, who has to go outside to go to the bathroom, it can't go, inside?
Who's supposed to be out there?
Yeah, that's got to affect them mentally too.
Oh,
I mean, they might not be as conscious as us. But they definitely have feelings. Like, there's no doubt about that.
Dude, I'm sure everyone's sick of me talking about it, but if I don't take Jeter to a dog park for a week, he's an asshole. Yeah. He's an asshole. And he's in that funk right now because he hasn't been there.
I wonder how he's going to be, like... How old is he now?
He's 1 year and 3 months.
Okay. What's he going to be like in 2 years?
Yeah.
Or, what's the park going to be like when he's 7 years old?
Dude, he's going to be the coolest fucking dog. Especially, I can't wait when we have kids. Yeah. You know what I mean? How he's going to treat the kids. That's what I'm really looking forward to. Because he gets defensive, like, over me and Corinne. Like, it's funny. Like, some days he'll pick Corinne and some days he'll pick me. And it's funny. Like, if, like, Corinne and I, we'll just, obviously we know he's aware of it. Like, this is what I'm talking about. You don't want to give him human feelings, but, they know. He gets jealous. That's a trait that they have.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, when you guys show each other affection, to see like bark and whine. And
It's not a vicious bark or and malicious at all. He's wagging his tail.
It's a pay attention to me bark.
He wants that attention. He's like, whoa! You guys supposed to be kissing me. I'm supposed to be getting the kisses. You two aren't supposed to be giving each other kisses. So it's
Oh, dude, in my parents' house, try throwing somebody a high five. You got 3 dogs barking at you.
No touching.
Oh yeah.
It's like the Secret Service. Yeah. The Secret Service of feelings.
Smallest one's the loudest.
Yeah. Oh, I love
think
Mila.
She's the most dangerous.
Mila, excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, I meant Maddie. She barks
Maddie?
the most, but
fuck.
I love Mila too. She is great in the car.
Maddie don't fuck around.
Oh no. She's bit people.
Yeah.
It doesn't like, I'm just saying, she doesn't like break skin and shit. She just like bites you and stops.
Nippy.
Yeah, nippy. She's a small dog.
We have her cousin, or my dad has her cousin or sister or whatever it is. Are they related somehow?
No, they're the same breed.
Oh, the same breed.
Yeah, they're not related. No.
Oh, okay.
No, I want to say no.
I think they might be cousins.
Do you know where your dad got Izzy?
No.
I think Matt got Maddie down in somewhere in PA. Yeah.
But yeah, no. There's they definitely have feelings, and they definitely have certain traits. But you don't want to go too overboard.
We speaking of dog sitting, seriously, if anybody wants a dog sitter, I'm pushing this hard.
He's getting
Call
some
me.
advertisement here, right? Call this guy. You need some side money.
Seriously. No, but we were dog sitting one of Heather's distant relatives' dogs, Bandit. But when they came over, and it was a small dog, I think it was some kind of terrier. I want to say a Jack Russell Terrier, but I could be wrong. When her owners came over to drop her off, they were going down to Myrtle Beach. They the mom was calling her Sissy. Don't know why, but she's like, Sissy, come here. And this dog was a yapper. Oh my God, would never stop.
Really?
But she was so much fun. Like, we watched her for 10 days, and on one of her front paws, no shit, she had like hair between the pads on her feet. that, I swear to God, Richie, was like that long. At least like 1.5 to 2 inches.
Wow.
And the whole time I'm like, oh my God, I really want to cut this so bad. Like, I want to get rid of this. And Heather's like, don't. She'll notice and she'll get upset. Why'd you cut my dog's hair?
Yeah.
Yeah, but she was good. She was a little skittish at first, but she was good.
What kind of dog was it?
I think a Jack Russell Terrier.
Mm.
Not sure.
Dude, that's
She was like white
smaller.
with like orange brownish spots.
Mm.
Yeah.
Right now, my dog knows we're talking about dogs, and he's barking. So if you guys hear that for the next couple of minutes, I apologize. We're gonna try to ignore him, but yeah. So real quick, kind of going back to finding things on social media.
Mm-hmm.
One thing I saw today that I wanted to share on the podcast was, because I didn't know it, and I just happened to catch it on a website where I don't usually go. I didn't see it on the news. I saw the first story on the news, but I didn't see it sucks. They always play the negative shit because they know it's going to get views and clicks, but they don't show the good story, the
uplifting
ending.
news.
So to make a long story short, like a month ago, I think it was in September or October, it was caught on a Ring doorbell, and a little girl, I think she's 7 years old, was abducted and kidnapped. And like I said, it was caught on a Ring doorbell cam, and you hear the mom, like, she was, the guy ripped her, tall guy, ripped her out of the mother's hands, put her in the car, and fucking drove away. And the mom's like,
was this like
holding on to the car.
Oh,
right,
that's
so she falls
heartbreaking.
over,
Why?
and she screamed. The mom's screaming at the top of her lungs, "Call the police! Call the police! Call the police!" And it was heart wrenching. You know what I mean? Like to hear that, it's just like, oh fuck! I couldn't imagine someone stealing Addison. You know what I mean? And she's my niece. I couldn't imagine like what the mom was going through to have your daughter abducted. And so this was in Texas. They don't fuck around in Texas.
They don't fuck around. That's
so
crazy.
The neighbors were outside, and they followed this motherfucker.
Okay.
So they lost him, but they got the description of the car, so they went around for 3 hours. Took the neighbors and the police linked up in Texas 3 hours to find this guy.
They found him 3 hours later.
They found him later.
Good.
Maybe we'll post like a photo or a link on the Instagram tonight about where you could find the story, because I want everyone to kind of know what happened at the end, because I'm sure everyone's seen what I just said. So 3 hours later, they find the matching vehicle. They go in and they go, who owns this car? Because a lot of the hotels you got to give the license plate of your car. So luckily they had to do this. And he was like, blah, 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 what room is this? 333, whatever. So they
This guy went to a hotel?
matches, like an hour away. Matches the description, right? Or actually, I don't think it was even that far. I don't even think it was that far.
That's crazy.
And so they fucking go up there, full SWAT team of this police force. They go up there. There's like 6-7 dudes, fucking ARs
with door
with
rammer.
Shields, door rammer, the whole nine. They weren't fucking around. And they fucking knock. They slammed open the door. Put your hands up. And the guy, of course, is a fucking coward, and thankfully he did. He listened to them. Put his hands up, walked right out. Guy was butt fucking naked.
Shut up.
So you know what the fuck he was doing to that little poor girl, man. Fucking disgusting. And so they go in there, with the lights, attached to the AR, searching, and they found her in a laundry basket with clothes on top of her. And it was really heartwarming when you saw the one cop grab her and say, "You're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, girl. You're gonna be okay. Everything's all right. Are you okay?" Da 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 da. So I'm just glad she's back. In her family's arms, and
that's a reassuring ending, because there are some creepy people out there.
There's a lot of those stories where you don't hear the ending.
Yeah.
Or you don't hear an ending because you don't get one.
Right.
So there's finally,
because they just move on to the next story.
And sometimes they don't find them.
Yeah.
It's so sad. Just imagine living a life of fucking being abused like that.
Yeah,
it's so bad for the girl.
It's wild that there are people out there, because I'm always one who tries to give people the benefit of the doubt.
Me too, dude.
But it's hard, because I have to remind myself that there are just creepy people out there.
And if you look at this guy, I mean, he looks like a creep. But you're like, oh, I could have ran into this guy at the deli.
At Walmart.
you know, and
Not a Morris Walmart.
you wouldn't have known.
Yeah.
And but it was just, he got life in prison.
Thank God.
Good old Texas. They don't fuck around down there.
Yeah.
Lucky they didn't castrate him.
Yeah.
They should.
I was gonna say shoot him.
But yeah, give him the fucking firing squad in my book.
That's crazy.
Well, once due process plays out.
So somebody that I work with, who shall remain nameless, has been a corrections officer at one point in time, and he told me that those kinds of people in jail and prison get the worst treatment from other inmates.
Oh, good.
The worst, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
And they deserve it.
Yeah.
A couple people who I used to be friends with and one guy, actually a couple guys that I'm still friends with are corrections officers, and one's state and one's a local. And the local, you don't really get the heavy stuff, because the local county stuff is like, DUIs and, you'll get your murderers and, rapists, but they won't be around for long because they're headed to, state or fed penitentiaries. But, yeah, man, I've heard some wild stories, especially from my uncle, who was a state CO for many, many years. He retired. And, yeah, there's just stories about how obviously these guys are in there for life. And, just how sick they are. One guy had AIDS.
Oh.
He hurt himself to get himself bleeding, and then he was trying to throw it at the guards.
Oh, man.
Just the lowest of the low.
Oh yeah.
On this planet, and
it's
honestly,
hard. It's I feel like it's a totally different life in there. It has to be.
Oh, it has to be.
Definitely. I mean, I've watched documentaries and stuff, but I feel like that's just, the documentaries are like TV, so it's dramatized, whatever.
Yeah.
But dude, I couldn't survive in prison. No. Fuck no.
No, you're doing
no.
You're doing an 8-hour shift. You're doing a murder sentence.
Yeah.
But on an 8 or 12-hour shift, a lot of them are 12.
Mm-hmm.
But I turned down 3 corrections jobs.
Really?
Yep, I went through all the way with New York State.
Wow.
And the local one, it was, I wouldn't say easy to turn away, but it was, I'm making really good money.
Mm-hmm.
It just wasn't,
Yeah.
It wasn't where I kind of saw myself, but yeah, I turned down the New York State one, and it took Corinne and I, we thought about it for a couple of days, and, what kind of person I am, because you kind of have to take that into consideration, if, who you are and what the job is going to do to you, is it going to change you?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The friend who shall remain nameless was telling me that you got to think about it logically. There's one CO in a room with like 12 inmates.
Yeah.
And he said they smell fear. Like if they see how you're projecting yourself in a way that you wouldn't be able to defend yourself or put up with their BS, they'll take advantage of that. They'll eat you up.
And you know what? Unfortunately, they kind of get forgotten about, corrections officers, and that's one of the most unfortunate things. And police officers have a very hard job, and they're out there. They got to deal with moving cars, and they're catching these guys. But corrections officers are with these guys for years. The same guys, years and years and years and years and years. It's not. There's not a day where they just get to go in and write speeding tickets. There's not a day where they just get to, walk around the
watch
community.
Traffic. Yeah.
Exactly. They go in there, to see, Billy who, killed 7 kids and chopped them up and ate them. You know what I mean? Like that.
There's been some people not far from here who have done some crazy shit. Like, honestly, where I went to college freshman year, where I dormed, Briarcliff Manor, was where Jeffrey Epstein's cellmate was from.
We gotta talk about Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah, we could talk about him. But somebody else, real quick before we get on him, it was Greenville, or it wasn't too far away, where this guy killed 4 people and tried to bury him. Like, what the hell? I'm just trying to say there's crazy people.
There was one in Goshen. There's one in Goshen that was really close too. But yeah, let's hop on Jeffrey Epstein real fucking quick.
Yeah, dude, it's blowing my mind, because now you have people who, like, their profession is to, like, analyze deaths. and those people are saying that he didn't kill himself.
Dude.
I mean,
let's go with what's going on here. In the facility, the cameras weren't working.
Yeah.
On that day, it just so happened that the cameras weren't working.
Pretty sure if I was a CO and a camera wasn't working, you better bet your ass I'm going to complain to my boss and say, we need this camera
Move
working.
him to a cell that's on fucking camera.
Mm-hmm.
A. B. He was on suicide watch.
Mm-hmm.
No CO was there
Mm-hmm.
to view him on suicide watch. So a lot of the time, suicide watches, they literally plant a guard outside the cell.
Mm-hmm.
In
Or
a
sometimes
chair.
in there with you.
Yeah, or sometimes in there with you, and watch you to make sure that you're not, X, Y, and Z. But, so you have those two major facts: camera, suicide watch,
Mm-hmm.
and then you have all the stuff about the autopsy.
Yeah.
So did you hear about how many times the Clintons? I better be careful putting this out there.
Oh.
I'm gonna get killed by the Clintons.
We're going to hear a knock, knock, knock on the door.
Bill's gonna come in here with a cigar in his mouth. But dude, no, they went, the both of them, to my knowledge, if I'm getting this stat right, 22 times they went to Epstein's Island.
Yeah.
And Epstein's Island, he was arrested already. Did you know about that?
I did not know
He was arrested
that,
previously for 13 months for...
This was probably before he had the island.
no, this was while.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. 13 months for, the kitty touching stuff.
Mm.
He was diddling, little girl or making
Mhm.
him work or, I don't know, sexual acts. Or,
That's wild.
I forget the exact charge, but yeah. And
Not
a lot of rich and famous people went there.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
He had the secrets, boy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why he went down. It didn't take 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
It didn't take
Think
2
about it now.
friggin'
There's
days.
people accusing, and I know in the past, the whole Me Too movement and everything, there were a lot of accusations. But Prince Andrew from England.
Yeah, he just stepped away from duty.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. That whole, I read that article, and it's pretty crazy, just a side note, that the British Empire is still, like, so, what's the right word? So kind of lost in time when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
They still ask the Queen for permission to do things.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like, hey, I resigned from my position. It's
Mm-hmm.
the Queen has granted me permission to resign my
yeah.
duties, and
Yeah.
everything's still sword and board. You know what I
Mhm,
mean? It's still
mhm.
like very, which I like that.
Yeah.
And I would imagine that if I was English
Mm-hmm.
and I grew up in the United Kingdom, that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I think that would be a cool value to have. But coming from, an American's point of view, it's very crazy.
Yeah.
It's very, here we're like God, guns, and technology, and
Yeah.
gas. And,
Who gives a shit what Trump says?
Yeah.
We're going to do what we want to do.
Hooters.
God damn it.
You know what I mean? So, but it's just very weird, that she's got like enough gold or jewelry that, will
I'm laughing.
fund
You said
16
Hooters.
countries.
I have never been to a Hooters, but what I have been to...
Never been to a fucking
No,
Hooters.
bro,
No.
I've been to a restaurant that... It's like Hooters. It's the same thing.
It's a knockoff.
It's called Big Peckers. Yeah, no, I'm not even kidding. No, hold on. I gotta explain. I gotta explain myself.
Oh, God.
Not like I'm talking about Peckers.
I don't know
like-
what kind
like-
of fucking Hooters you're going to. Big Packers. All right.
No.
Let's hear this. Big fucking Packers.
I'm just laughing so hard. I think I have a picture on my phone.
Oh, fuck.
I think it was called Big Peckers.
I don't
And
wanna
at first I was
wanna
like,
see a big dick.
no, it's not. Dude, that is exactly what I thought at first, because we were on vacation in Ocean City, and we were looking around at what restaurants we could go to. And
You chose Big
we
Packers.
somehow, I don't even remember how, but that's where we fucking went. We got an Uber there and an Uber home. And
This is
at
you and Heather.
Yes, Heather and I. And I thought it was like a Hooters reverse, like dudes are gonna be waiting on you and shit. And we get there, and dude, it's the same thing. It's just girls with big boobs waiting on you. It's like same kind of like bar food that
Yeah.
Hooters would have. And I got a picture because
That's funny. Big
Yeah.
Packers. Holy shit.
I hands down, I can't lie.
That is hysterical.
I'll try to find it.
So it didn't sound like we had an echo, right?
It didn't. No.
The
At least when I listened to it in the way beginning.
No, nobody else said anything, but it's just it's crazy that OBS has those, both of our mics queuing at almost the same level.
Yeah, I know.
Maybe it's just when I turn my face. Yeah, I think it's when I actually turn my face.
I noticed that too. And don't forget the microphones actually have different modes where it'll listen to 360 degrees or it'll listen to like
There's a tiny echo, and I can only hear it because I'm listening for it. Like a viewer will not realize it, so we're actually in really good shape. But let's see this big pecker picture.
I'm trying to find it still. I got a lot of
pictures. I got a side story for you. It's at Hooters. Hooters. So I think I'm 2 years old, and me, my mother. Sorry,
I found it. Here it is.
Yeah. Big Pecker's home of the bodacious burger. BigPeckerSOC.com. That's hysterical.
We might have to put that on.
I think that's the one.
Yeah.
I think that's the one. But so me, my parents, my sister, my nana, and my grandfather, and we're there. Of course, I don't remember this. I was 2 years old. And apparently, I'm at the end of the table, sitting next to my dad, and the waitress comes over. And for people who've been to Hooters, they know that the waitresses, at the time, at this time anyway, I don't know about now, at the time, the waitress was very, in your face and, being very, touchy-feely, and, they didn't mind getting in the seat with you, or, you know what I mean? So apparently, she got real close. And she was like, "Oh, you're so cute, blah, 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 blah. What do you want to eat, da, 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 da." So I'm sitting there, 2 years old, and she like bent over to take, I guess, my dad's order, like to like listen to him or something like that. And her you-know-whats were apparently right in my face. Again, I'm 2 years old. And I go, boop. And I fucking pushed the boobie. Boop. 2 years old. I'm in there, and she stepped back. She found it hysterical. Apparently,
so
thank
funny.
God. Otherwise, at 2 years old, I would have got slapped. But yeah, at 2 years old, I went into Hooters and booped a boobie.
Oh, that's so funny.
I can't go into Hooters without my parents, without them telling that
bringing
story.
it up.
Yeah, and then they always tell the Hooters waitress. They're always like, "Oh, let me stay
away from this one." Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, great! Now they're gonna think I'm some weirdo." But yeah, Hooters is awesome. The wings are off the hook.
Oh, that's good. I've never been to an actual Hooters. Only Big Peckers.
No. Corinne and I will take you and Heather to.
I've heard that Hooters literally won't hire girls with small boobs.
That's false.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
because we go every time we go to Myrtle Beach, which we were just in Myrtle at I'd probably say the third week of July, and there was all shapes and sizes, flat, round, the whole nine. Yeah, that kind of went out of style. I'd say probably about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Of course, I think especially and I'm not the CEO of Hooters or anything like that, but I'm sure that helped to have a nice body, but they really can't discriminate.
Yeah, it's true.
They probably lost so many lawsuits because of that shit.
Oh yeah,
because unfortunately it's what the business is about. Sex sells. It's just the name of the game.
Big tits get big tips.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I love Hooters, and not because of the wait staff, but the wings are just the
not
best
the breasts,
in the world.
the wings.
That's it.
Yeah, wings are good.
It's so good, man. But I can't believe you've never had Hooters.
Nope, never.
Damn.
Never.
Curly fries.
Oh, I think waffle fries are a step up from curly fries.
Oh, bro, I gotta take you to Hooters.
Because waffle fries, like I feel like curly fries, at least when you make them in an oven, the middle of the curly fry is still gonna be like not cooked all the way. Like it's hard to get curly fries crispy.
You're not eating the right curly fries.
Oh, what kind of curly fries am I eating?
I don't know. You ain't eating the Hooters curly fries, though.
Oh shit.
No, they come out well done.
Okay.
Yeah, and they're actually they're not thick. They're thin, and like when you get the spiral thick ones, I stay away from those.
Yeah, that's what.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you said, they're not done. They're like chewy, and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah.
But no, It's deep fried, well done.
Okay.
Yeah, it's so nice.
I remember when I was. Were you gonna say something?
No.
When I was working in the restaurant still, my boss then told me that just then they came out with a new French fry. I don't even know who they are. Somebody came out with a new French fry that had a special coating that you could serve it at a buffet and put it under a heat lamp. Like, you know how they use heat lamps for carving stations and stuff? You could put the fries under a heat lamp and they would stay crispy.
Nice.
They wouldn't. Because if you put regular French fries in a sterno with water, they're just going to steam and get soggy.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's nothing worse than soggy French fries.
No.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's the worst. But, yeah. What's like your go-to meal?
Go-to meal? Like bar food or like
You like
restaurant?
Restaurant. Like, oh, we're going out tonight to my favorite restaurant. I'm going to get a...
Well, it depends if we're going to El Patron and Port, because if it's that, I'm going to get myself a chicken chimichanga. Oh, those are so damn good. Some guac. Oh, yeah. But if I'm not going to Mexican, chicken franchise.
Chicken franchise.
Francaise. I don't know how it's
got
really
it.
pronounced, but
you got it.
that stuff is so good. That white wine sauce, the lemon, the butter, breaded. Oh man.
Yeah, you
so
gotta.
good.
It's always nice when you have a chef who knows not too much wine. You know, because
Conrad did it perfect.
When you get the chefs that are just dousing it in wine and not enough butter, you're like, buddy.
Yeah.
You're giving me heartburn looking at it. You know what I mean? You want that almost a thick. You don't want it too watery and white.
It was thick. Everywhere else that I go, so he would take the breast, put in egg, put in flour, egg flour, and then I think threw it in the oven and took it out of the oven. Then put wine on it, put it back in the oven. But his breading was like a little bit thicker than. Everywhere else I go, the breading just falls right off.
Yeah.
And
it moves right over, and then you have the chicken.
And
it's the worst.
I don't know. He just did it the best. I've had chicken franchise a lot of places.
Yeah.
New York, New Jersey.
That
I don't know. His
really
was the
holds
best.
It together. But again, I think it's that wine that breaks it down. That breaks the skin down, and then, like you said, it shoots off to the side.
Yeah, comes right off.
We're making the viewers hungry.
Dude, whether it's over white rice or mashed potatoes or even a baked potato, it's so good. That's my go-to.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
Like you said, it would probably depend where I go. A couple restaurants, there's this, it's like bow ties. It's like Alfredo and bow ties, and another one would be chicken and biscuits at Angus.
Ooh, that sounds good.
Very good. I haven't had that in a long time. He started making that up, say 6 months ago.
Like chicken tenders?
And no, it's like a bone-in like chicken breast.
Okay.
A couple of them, and then he makes like few biscuits, and he's got this beautiful gravy, thick gravy. Ooh. Oh, it's off the hook. It's like straight out of the South.
Huh.
And I lived in the South, and it like I've had that food, and you know when someone's making good chicken and biscuits.
Like sausage gravy?
Not exactly.
Okay.
He's got like a I wouldn't even call it gravy. He's got like a thick.
Like a sauce.
Yeah. I can't put a
You know the difference between juice and sauce?
What?
You ever see that YouTube video?
Mm-mm.
Oh, man.
Juice and sauce?
Oh, yeah. There's this guy talking about juice and sauce, and I'm going to butcher it, but he's pretty much saying, like, juice, somebody got the juice, they got the hookup. They're going to be there. They're gone. They give you what you need. Boom, they're out. But the sauce is thick. It's heavy. It's hard to move, and they stick around,
That's it.
So, people got the sauce. They're more valuable than people who got the juice.
Isn't
and
that funny?
he said, you open your fridge, right? You got a Simply Made lemonade. You don't want to drink that. But how long does barbecue sauce last in your fridge?
Yeah.
Forever.
Years. That's right. Thank God.
I'll show you that video. That guy's funny.
I gotta see that.
It's literally this guy in Best Buy, and his friend is just holding the camera, like talking to him like this, looking at him. And,
I was just in Best Buy.
Yeah.
Best Buy is so underappreciated.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like it's like the best nerd store ever.
Yeah,
like
I
walked
love
in
going.
there and I was just like,
I love going in there and looking, man.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Everything.
Just everything. Down
TVs,
there.
computers, laptops, phones, car speakers, everything. Phones.
Yeah, it makes you feel like a kid again,
Yeah.
It's like our I'm sure our parents could say the same about like Sears or something, but but
Sears
for
had
me, it was Best Buy.
everything.
Yeah,
They had vacuums, clothes, washers, and dryers.
yeah.
No, but I sometimes I feel like Best Buy is overpriced.
Oh, 100%. They gotta make their money.
Yeah, overpriced, and then just taking one little puzzle piece out of the whole puzzle of Best Buy. I feel like the computers are hard to buy. Like if you want to build a computer or replace a part, that's going to be more overpriced than like Newegg, Amazon, or eBay.
Yeah, no, you're not beating Newegg.
No, but
And the Geek Squad, I haven't had good reviews about the Geek Squad, but
really?
I guess it's a separate entity in the Best Buy. So I won't shit on
I've
it.
seen them around. I've seen their cars, but I don't know too much about them.
Yeah, it's just it's like,
Don't judge a company by its name.
it's it's like if you were in the Geek Squad, you'd be blowing expectations. They get a guy who just and of course this is just an example. This is a guy someone who just graduated high school, has been worked at McDonald's, and then now he's a Geek Squad. He's only had a cell phone.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. There's big experience. Differences when it comes to the Geek Squad and, I'd say the requirements. But again, it's tough, and I know this for a fact because I own my own business. It's tough to get people to work. It's tough to find people, and it's tough to get good qualifications. So a lot of these businesses just take what they can.
Yeah.
It's tough. But, yeah, man. Is there anything else you want to chat about this one? So we did part 2 for this week. Because we missed last week, so we wanted to push some more content out to you guys, and I know I keep saying it, but I really want to get a guest on here real soon.
Yeah, me too. I think that third mic is at my parents' house, so I'm gonna stop there.
Sorry, wow, that just came right out. Sorry, folks, I probably just fucked up your earbuds right now. Hopefully, you're not wearing AirPods. Just out of your kind of maybe your group of friends, who would you bring on, and why? Maybe just shooting off the hip, no seriousness.
2 people come to mind. My buddy Mike Kidney. I know I've told him about the podcast. I'm not sure if he's watching or what's that.
I want to get his dad on the podcast.
Yeah.
Squatch.
Yeah. We call him Squatch.
A lot of people could learn a lot of shit from him.
Oh yeah.
He's a well of knowledge.
Yeah, he's been plumbing for over 30 years.
Let's get him and his dad.
The one day we were I was at his house, at his parents' house, and somebody needed their beer opened, and they give their beer to Mike's dad, and he opens it right up, and it wasn't even a twist off. You needed a bottle opener, but he twisted it off, and he was like, "That's what laying pipe for 30 years."
That's awesome.
Yeah,
he gets so many plumber dad jokes.
Oh yeah,
that's fucking great.
Oh, he's hilarious.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. Someone who's honed a craft for so long that he could teach us little people about. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like the same way if we wanted to learn about the United States Postal Service or insurance. We'd have our fathers on here, and maybe we will one day. But
somebody else who comes to mind is my friend Joe. Joe lives in Jersey, but he's I don't know. Some people would say he's got a car problem. He has like 5 cars.
Nice,
a lot of project cars, so we could talk to him for days.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a couple in the health industry, not including Corinne, but a couple in the medical field, and I think that'd be pretty cool. Solve a lot of questions.
Oh yeah.
But
a lot of people geek out about health.
Absolutely.
It's a good thing.
Yeah,
it's a good thing to geek out about.
It is. People want to be healthy. But
all right.
I'm good, bro. Are you good? I'm
good.
Cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you sticking around if you did. We're going to post on Instagram tonight. Please, in the comments, we'll ask it in the title. If there's anything that you guys want us to, chat about, or if there's any, guests that, local guests or you yourself, if you want to come on the show, send us a DM, send us a, type in a comment if you want to come on the show, and who knows, we might have you.
Yeah. Give us some feedback, guys.
For sure. Thank you, folks. Have a nice night. Thanks for
a good weekend.
Checking in. November 22nd. Peace.